I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, God. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Hill.
Here.
Treasurer
Yes.
Happy.
Here.
Trustee Osling.
Here.
Clerk Squires.
Here.
Thank you.
Anybody? One.
Okay, very good. One on Zoom so far.
It's Vicky.
Very good.
Vicky's been said.
Okay, we're on to the approval of the meeting agenda. I do have one addition to the agenda as number 9 this evening that came in since Thursday, actually. So number 9 is going to be a cost recovery fee schedule adjustment for the fire department as it relates to insurance companies. And all the board members have received all the paperwork from Chief Gilliam for a review, and we had discussed that at the work session, and she's done what was requested. So I'm going to have number 9 be cost recovery fee schedule for the fire department. Anybody else, board members, have any additions or corrections to the agenda? Nope. Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda with the amendment I just mentioned as number 9.
So moved.
Moved by trustee Osling
I'll second.
and seconded by trustee Appy. Any further discussion, board? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. That motion carries. Thank you. Next up is the approval of the consent agenda as it is listed. I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as it is presented.
So moved.
Moved by treasurer Anderson,
I'll second that.
seconded by trustee Appy. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. That motion carries. Thank you. Elected officials reports, those are all placed here. There are some singles back there, and if you need something or more than that, or one of them that you didn't get, see Clerk Squires for that. And other than that, I would entertain a motion that we place the elected official reports on file and accept them.
So moved.
Moved by Clerk Squires. Support by trustee Osling. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Thank you. We're now into the first section of public comments. And this is specific to the agenda 1 through 9. Specific to 1 through 9, we do have some action items on there tonight. So if you have any comments about 1 through 9, now would be the time to raise your hand, get recognized, and come on up and tell us all about it. In the room. Nobody. Zoom, anybody? No, you good? All right, very good. Then we're going to move right on into our business. The first order of business tonight is the advisory community team, Neighbors on Watch, otherwise known as Act Now, had requested to have a spot on the agenda for the purpose of presenting a check to the Gerrish Township Parks and Rec Committee. It's a financial donation for the support of the Children's Spinner Project at the Gerrish Township Municipal Park. So whoever's going to rep for Act Now, the floor is yours. Come on up. If you're going to say anything, and make sure the green ring is on at the table.
Isn't it
We
cool?
need to sit down because I'm just presenting.
Well, is the green light on?
It
on.
is.
It's on. Okay.
Yes.
Just give everybody your name.
Hill, I
Okay.
am the secretary for Act Now. I'm also the administrative clerk at the police department. We work in cooperation together, the police department with Act Now, which is a nonprofit organization. We have been in existence since 1999. And we received a request last year for a donation to the Parks and Recs Committee to help with their spinner project. And it does meet all of our criteria. So we would like to present a check,
Big check.
and a real check. And so if we can just maybe get a picture, Mary Jo.
You
Okay.
want to come up here in front of the flags as is our normal?
Give you this. we good? Great. Good. Thank you. You're very welcome. The spinner's up, you're all set up, if you wanna go for a whirl.
Chief and Julie, on behalf of the Township Board, we appreciate the donation towards the Parks and Recs Committee. It's always great when we can get into a collaboration that involves more than one or two people. So thank you for your donation on behalf of the board. Okay, number two, tonight, the Higgins Lake Foundation is here to give a presentation to the Gerrish Township Board on their private well testing project. And I put with the community department of health department, I'm going to let you guys clarify everything, okay, for everyone. So please, both of you, if you're going to speak, state your name so that we have it for the record, and then you have the floor.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks for having us. My name is Nancy Lamb and I live in Gerrish Township. I'm here representing the Higgins Lake Foundation.
I'm John Barta. I'm also a Higgins Lake Foundation trustee board member, and I live in Lyon Township.
So to your point, on the agenda, one point of clarification before we move forward, and that is it said that this is a well testing project with the Central Michigan District Health Department. This is actually sponsored by the Higgins Lake Foundation. This is not in coordination with the health department.
Very good. Thank you for the correction
Nope.
with that.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Mhm.
So HLF is a non-political environmental 501c3, and our mission is to promote ecologically sound projects and practices for the protection of Higgins Lake and the surrounding watershed. So today, John and I are here to talk about a program that aligns directly to that mission, and the name of that program is called Be Well Wise. I have to take your word for it, so I don't have to turn.
You could turn if you need, just speak
Okay, maybe I
loud.
will, maybe I will. All
Speak
right.
loud.
Your facing and out.
Okay, thank you. The purpose of this well testing program is twofold. First and foremost, it's to help families and individual members understand what's in their drinking water. It's important to know for health and safety reasons, for your family's health and safety, and for peace of mind, but also for if there are contaminants, so you know what to do, right? And if you want to take action. The second reason is to really better understand the water quality in the entire watershed, which eventually leads into Higgins Lake. About the program. So the program is Be Well Wise, and it is a play on the name. It's about, we want our community to be well, but we also want them to be wise about their well. The program will run from June 1st through September 30th, and it is for property owners that have a well in our 3 townships, in Beaver Creek, in Lyon, and in Gerrish. It's free. There's no hidden cost. There's no cost to the participant. The Higgins Lake Foundation is picking up that cost, and we have a reduced rate agreed upon with Raven Laboratories. 1 free test kit will be allowed per parcel because we do have a discounted rate, because we have a limited budget. We are picking up the expense, and so there will be 1 free test kit offered. All test kits need to be picked up from the Higgins Lake Foundation office. We will be out in the community. We will be at farmers markets and at the art fair. We hope to go to Rotary and bring test kits. I'm happy to come back here and bring test kits if you'll allow me to. So looking for different community events that we can participate in to help spread the word and to, share our test kits. All test kits have to be returned to Raven Lab. And there's a couple of caveats with that. One, Raven Lab is really close, right, to the office. But after the sample is taken, in order to get a valid and accurate result, you have 30 hours after collecting your sample, putting it in the bottle to get that back to Raven Labs in order for them, right, to run and give you a valid result. And Raven Labs is only open Monday through Thursday, so you need to time out when you take your sample and return it. So that will be part of our communication effort to make sure people understand that. And the testing it includes, and it's part of their normal standard testing protocol, E. coli, total coliform, nitrates, and nitrites. Here are the mechanics of the program. First, you have to have a well, and you have to be a property owner or landowner in the 3 townships. As far as the water sample goes, you have to pick up your kit from the office. A sample should be taken close to the well. If you have a filtration system or a water softener system, I feel like I'm yelling too. Okay. Then you don't want to do your drinking water, your faucet in your kitchen. You want to take your sample as close to the well as possible. And then you have the 30-hour to return. As far as follow-up concerned, it's hassle-free. We don't want anyone to think that someone's going to come knocking on their door if they got a positive result, that someone's going to say, oh, you need to do this or you need to spend money on that. That is not the case. And the foundation, we are not experts in nitrates or nitrites or analysis or anything like that, or even giving advice what to do. If someone wants to follow up on their results, we are referring them back to Raven Labs, and they have the information there to assist them. So follow-up is on the participant. Part of the program consists of every participant signing a consent form. And the consent form really is to provide transparency. What is involved in the program, what they have to do, where the data will be sent, and that this is strictly voluntary. As far as the data, we want to make sure that it's clear that the data will be sent directly to the individual. It will also, a copy of their results will also be sent to the Higgins Lake Foundation. The foundation will look at the information in aggregate after the program is over for the summer, and we will make the determination based on any requests that we may get from health organizations or environmental agencies if we should share that data or not. And we will protect individual privacy if that decision is made. Okay. Okay, kind of covered this, but in case you're wondering, why should anybody participate? What's in it for me? It's really important you know what you're drinking, right? What is coming into your home? It's important for our foundation to understand the water quality, condition, any issues that are in the watershed, because I'm sure we all know how a watershed works. It eventually drains through surface water, through groundwater, eventually makes its way into Higgins Lake. And our purpose and mission as a foundation is to protect and preserve Higgins Lake. The other reason is we've tried to make it as easy as possible and as hassle-free as possible. So please help us spread the word. As I mentioned at the very beginning, we're trying to get out to as many community meetings and organizations as possible. I think we're on the HOHL board meeting or steering committee meeting next week. We're hoping to get on Rotary's agenda. I've met with the Roscommon County Community Foundation. We want to also speak with members of the chamber. And then this is really a communication blitz. We've actually done this before, and we handed out a lot of tests, but not a lot of people took the test and returned their results. So this is not going to be a program where we freely just hand out free tests because there's a cost to Raven and there's a cost to us. we want to, and that's another reason we have the consent form. We want their commitment that they're going to take the test and they know when and where to return it. So lots of media, lots of social, getting out and about in the community. So healthy water benefits everyone, and we're hoping you will support us and to help us spread the word. I think that's, thank you.
Well, that
What?
was quick.
Well, when you say
I said 10 minutes.
the dates again of when the program's going to run.
June 1st through September 30th.
Thank
We
you.
have to stop when the weather gets cold. Once the ground starts to freeze, you're not going to get, accurate result.
So in there, you mentioned help with trying to push the message, if you will, out, and you had website listed. Are you going to provide something that we could put on website?
Absolutely. Yeah, we are working on it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I've got 2 flyers in the works, and we're happy to share our webpage content. That's in the works. A lot of it is real time coming. I finished this presentation like 2 hours ago. So our board made the decision, we pressed the go button at our last board meeting. So it was the April board meeting. So we've been talking about it a long time. Actually, John gets the credit. It was his idea to do this. And we wanted to do something for the community. Our foundation is way more than just looking after I guess, lakefront owner properties. We are about the community and helping the economy in these townships and surrounding the lake. So this was one way that we could demonstrate that.
Sounds great. Does any board member have any questions for him at all? Well, John.
Yeah, I would like to say that, well testing is something that is all very common in our area. It's part of, new construction and, people on occasionally do it. People don't always think about it, but relative to what's been happening in communities around us, Lake Marguerite, Wexford, it's a much more sensitive issue as far as what people are drinking and being more aware of that. And that really is where this program comes from, because it's really important that as a foundation, we do become more involved with our community. And so we feel this is a really important place for us to do that. It's a very important time to do that. And so we really want the community to be aware and involved. And the idea is that we have a lot of wells around, but the more information we can get, the better we can understand on an aggregate basis what is happening. And so that really is not just community health, because that really is important, but it's the overall health of our larger community as well. So yes, having anybody in the township involved, any way you might be able to help us to disperse the message would be greatly helpful.
Jimmy, you got anything?
Yeah, I guess on behalf of my relationship with the board and HOHL, I think that's a great idea. This is the kind of thing that needs to be done. We've talked about it at the Health at Higgins Lake and on the septic project. It's in the septic ordinance. This well testing is critical for understanding what all is going on and how it's affected by their on-site septics that we've got and everything. So I think it's wonderful. So Godspeed. Not looking forward to the results. So
Yeah.
it's great.
I have a quick question. So if you are one that regularly gets your well tested, like every 5 years or something, is that information that the Be Well Wise would want? Like, are you keeping track of people's results of
No.
their waters or anything?
We are
Okay.
not. No, we are not. Like I said, this is a separate initiative from
Right.
public health, the health department. And no, we're just looking for the results from this campaign, from this offering. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yep. Thank you, though.
So
That's
it's
a good
not an
question.
overall thing.
But you are welcome to get a free test.
Oh, well, how often do they recommend them? Like every 5 years?
State of
right?
Michigan recommends once a year.
No kidding.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, Didn't know that.
Mhm.
Good information. Thanks.
And actually, to Jim's comment, this is also a separate initiative. It does not correlate to the septic ordinance. That's
right.
separate.
Yeah, that's, it's something we were looking at, but the point is to go out and get those tests done. And that's why this is great
Yeah.
that you guys are doing it, and that's the
Very
important part.
refreshing. Very refreshing, I thought. A great idea.
Yeah,
I mean, it's-
appreciate it. Oh, good, good.
So and I don't know how that works if you do it yourself and you get some sort of positive result. Because I know that like when I built my house, we had to do it 3 times before we got a good sample. And I was told by the one of the contractors, well, like your kitchen sink is one of the dirtiest places in your whole house. And you wouldn't think so, but it is because food particles or whatever. And I'm just wondering how that's going to play into this. Because if you're getting tested by the state, do they come and do it themselves or do you still do it yourself? Like if I wanted to do it for the Central Michigan District Health for my own purposes, do they come and do it or do you still do it yourself?
You would still do it yourself.
So you're gonna explain to people not to
They will get.
contaminate the thing when they're,
We should have brought it. They will get a package that has 2 vials in it, one for bacteria and one for nitrates. And the way that you sample it, there are directions right on the consent form, and it shows exactly what you should do. And then once you get your samples, then you want to get those over to Raven Labs within 30 hours. But it's a very simple test. We're asking people that they do it closest to their wellhead. So before anything gets filtered.
And
That's a
honestly,
big
it's
deal.
2 empty bottles and you hold it under the water stream. It's really easy.
And the key to testing that I understood is that you've got to adhere to those timeframes.
Yeah.
For sure, for proper handling. And I know what you were talking about, Jim, because when we did our well here, it took us 13 times to get a clean
Well,
test. But we had dead end pipes. It was in the building because they were taking samples here. And, you got to get it from the closest you can to your well.
I recently had my well worked on it's been a few years now, but they put in a specific spigot.
Yes.
It's a brass spigot with no vacuum breaker or anything on it that's used specifically for that. That's where you want to take these tests from. So
well, I guess and my concern is, I mean, I think this is a great idea, but my conversations in the committees, and I have to wonder if the data comes up with some data, whether it'll be accepted as scientific because of the way that it was derived. And that's, I guess, you might get what you want out of it, but when you go to share it to maybe Health Higgins Lake or
There's no
some other-
plans of that.
they may
No plans.
No.
dispel it because of the fact that there wasn't done in a scientific way.
Jim, I may have misspoken because within our program, people will be testing their own
Oh,
water.
yeah, that's correct.
However, Raven will send a technician, they will send a technician if you ask. I believe there's a charge for that. I really should not address that,
Yeah.
but I believe they have at least 2 technicians in the Roscommon office who will go out and do that and address your concern.
You're on the Health Higgins Lake
I am.
committee.
Yes.
Okay. See, which committee are you on?
I'm on the science. Committee.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
There's different viewpoints on people, what they're willing to accept. And
Absolutely.
that's that's not the reason why you're doing it.
No.
I'm guessing so. But I'm just saying if that organization wanted to use it, it may get dispelled because somebody on there doesn't like the way that how the information was derived. And I guess that is what it is. But I think it's a great idea. And if you want to get on the Rotary's agenda, see me afterwards.
Super.
Take care
Great,
of that.
thank you. And to
Very
be
good.
clear, we have no plans at this time to share the data. If we get formal requests, we will consider it based on, well, first and foremost, individual privacy, But also how, would they use the data? Are they an environmental agency? Why would they need it? And so we will consider requests, but right now this program is a Higgins Lake Foundation program, and we're offering it for the benefit of the community. And so our foundation can have the data to look at health issues with, potential water quality issues.
It's your data, you're buying it. That's what I always say. It's your data, you're buying it. That's the reason why I wanted to clarify a little bit there. I listed I think it was important that people hear that it's not getting shipped to the Central Michigan Health Department for records for them to turn around and have everybody grab from. And I think that's what I think is a refreshing approach. So keeping it very unsullied, if you will, there from claims, if you will. So appreciate you guys coming. Is there anything else?
Great idea.
Very good.
Good luck. Hope you get them all done. Hope you get every single one of them done. So.
Absolutely.
We
But
just
cost you a
ordered
fortune.
our first,
Yeah.
our first quantity, and we had no idea what to order. So yeah, please, we're hopeful.
Listen, I want to also tell you that you, as I tell everybody who does presentations, you don't have to feel like you have to stay. If you need to jettison from the meeting, I perfectly understand. We don't consider it to be rude. If you want to
Thank you.
stay, that's wonderful too. All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Okay, we're on to number 3, which is the Roscommon County Road Commission Agreement for Local Road Improvement. This is the 165 HMA for the multiple roads. We heard the presentation again. It's actually twice we heard, and then Neil Ballinger the engineer came to our work session Thursday. We got all of our moments to ask any questions, and so at this time, I would entertain a motion by the board that the board approve and authorize the supervisor and the clerk to sign the local road improvement agreement in Gerrish Township for multiple roads for the pound sign 165 HMA, which is that, I think, the hot mix, with an expense to the township of $1,823.65. And I'll explain afterwards where that comes from. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Treasurer Anderson, supported?
Support.
Ordered by Clerk Squires. Any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same.
Just
Want to do a roll?
a roll call here, Brian.
This is going to be a,
Roll call.
yeah, it is. Good catch. Yep. Roll call, please.
Trustee Osling,
Yes.
Treasurer Anderson,
Yes.
Supervisor Hill,
Yes.
Trustee Appy,
Yes.
Clerk Squires.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 yeas and no nays. The motion is adopted. Good catch. Thanks, guys. Number 4 also relates to the roads and our ability to maintain them. So this one is for the crush and shape type of service. So I would entertain a motion that the board approve and authorize the supervisor and clerk to sign the local road improvement agreement in Gerrish Township for multiple roads of pound 220 HMA and crush and shape with an expense to the township of $1,191.31. Roll call. Or I need a
So moved.
motion. First,
So
I
moved.
need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Yep. Treasurer Anderson, second.
Trustee Osling,
Yes.
Treasurer Anderson,
Yay.
Yes.
Supervisor Hill,
Yes.
Trustee Appy,
Yes.
Clerk Squires.
Yes.
Nobody else got it. 5-0. That motion passes. And just a brief, as I said, for the brief, we, every year since the county has been doing the road millage, which, shameful plug in here in the summer, I believe that's going to be on the ballot again, the 1 mil renewal, I believe it is, for the road commission for the maintenance of roads. I will tell you out front, there isn't a way in which we're going to be able to afford within a general fund budget here what we get out of those, our share of that road millage. Those road millages are broken up by the townships, and what the value is and that type of thing. And it is a 1-to-1 that goes back to our township. Now, you do see a couple of the, you know, the 1,823 and 1,191. Obviously, the road millage was several years old and everybody's prices have gone up. We've been very lucky not to have extreme high amounts. Last year, they had predicted, what was last year, guys? 20 some odd thousand and it did not come in at that. Aggregate was cheaper. So that being said, that what we voted on here is there's a plan and there, we were also presented the 26 through 30, the total version. We are only approving the improvement plan for 26 because we don't know whether or not that millage will continue or whether it doesn't if it fails. And that'll be, shall I say, kind of back to a drawing board to figure out what the township would do, you know, without that type of support. So that's what that's about. On to the next item on the agenda, which is number 5. It is the traffic safety study for County Road 200 and Chicago Avenue for speed and sight distance. Citizens, Hobson's, David and Kara requested, sent information to the board requesting that we basically send a letter off to the road commission to request a traffic study for that possible speed reduction and a sight distance look on County Road 200 at the intersection. If anybody hasn't been there, there's a hill that's right there, and then Chicago. Chief, you did some back work on accidents and that kind of thing. Although they're not overwhelming, it still probably deserves a look for due diligence. And the board felt that at their work session and in reviewing the documents. So at this time, I would like to see if anyone's willing to make a motion, board, to authorize Supervisor Hill, to authorize the clerk to author a letter to the Roscommon County Road Commission to request a traffic safety study for possible speed reduction and sight distance on County Road 200 at the intersection of Chicago Avenue. Is there anybody willing to make that motion?
So move.
Moved by Treasurer Anderson. Do we have support?
I'll support.
Support Clerk Squires. Any further discussion, board?
Did the other ones that we just recently had, those requests have already gone into the road commission? Have they? Okay.
Heck, we thought we saw them out.
I think the chief said
One
that
day.
they've been out on one, out by Rolling Oak, was it?
Why not?
Yeah, at least the beginning works or whatever. We don't have any idea and have no communication back yet, but. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose the same. That motion carries. Number 6, we had a request and then we discussed at our work session, and the creating a Instagram for the township. The Health of Higgins Lake Communication Committee had gone through its processes and then back through the steering committee requesting that we assist them. And because they're our Gerrish Township's sites, that we activate an Instagram account. So I would need a motion to authorize Supervisor Hill to activate an Instagram account for the use of the Health of Higgins Lake Steering Committee and Communication Committee.
So moved.
Moved by Clerk Squires. Do we have support?
I'll support that.
Support by
Happy.
Trustee Hoppe. Any further discussion on that, board?
Negative.
Okay, hearing none. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. That motion carries. Michelle, I may need your help on that because I think you're actually the administrator on something there that might prevent me from just doing it. Okay, we are on to number 7 on the agenda. It's the creation of fund number 246 in our budget center for short-term rental accounting. As you're all aware, we embarked into the short-term rental regulation business, started on May 1. And with that, we have to create a couple things in order to process the things that would be necessary for short-term rental for accounting. So that being said, Jim, do you want to give any other specific to it or? But before I just call for the motion here to get these two things put together so that you
It's
could do your job.
basically, the budget was based on sale of 80 licenses. If there's less than that, then there'll be less revenue. And it is required that we're going to keep that money separate in a separate fund. And after 3 years, when the ordinance sort of sunsets as far as issuing licenses, the remaining money will be there to carry forward for legal or any other costs that may come up for enforcement afterwards.
Okay. Any other questions, board? Okay. Then on number 7, I would entertain a motion that the board approve to create fund number 246 in the Township Budget Center to provide for accounting for short-term rental activity.
So moved.
Moved by Clerk Squires. Do we have support?
Support.
Trustee Osling, I think I heard you. Osling, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by
No.
saying aye.
Sir,
Roll call.
We have to have
Roll
roll
call.
call. Thank you again.
sorry.
That's okay. That's just,
I know.
Yes, I'm having
I
trouble-
know, it's money. That's
I'm having
why.
trouble focusing. Roll call, please.
Squires,
Yes.
trustee Hoppy,
Yes.
supervisor Hill,
Yes.
treasurer Anderson,
Yes.
trustee Osling.
Yes.
5 yeas and no nays, that motion passes. Number 8, which is basically a companion, entertain a motion that the board approve the proposed budget center 246 budget as presented by Treasurer Anderson.
So moved.
Moved by Clerk Squires. Support?
I'll support.
Support trustee Hoppy. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Supervisor Hill,
Yes.
treasurer Anderson,
Yes.
trustee Hoppy,
Yes.
Squires.
Yes.
Trustee Osling.
Yes.
5 yeas and no nays, that motion is approved and adopted. And the addition number 9, which is the motion to approve the Gerrish Township Fire Department cost recovery fee schedule as it was presented.
So moved.
All right, take a motion by Treasurer Anderson,
I'll support.
supported by Clerk Squires. Any further discussion, board?
Good job, Christie.
Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you. All right, that concludes the agenda portion this evening. We are now open to public comments about anything that may need to be commented on, and we'll start in the room first. We have a public comment. Come on up. We know Phil, but state your name, Phil. For the record.
Philip Check, and I'm here for a presentation.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit of background. Because of the demise of the organization formerly known as GLUA, we had a task to complete, and that was to refund money to donors. And we've had a balance to refund of $53,938, of which all but $7 was refunded.
Congratulations.
So although I've been dismissed, I have 2 remaining obligations.
Mhm.
One is to forward money
Yep.
to the townships, and the second is to close the bank account.
Yep.
So I have a check, which I'd like to present to you for 350 Lincolns. Don't spend it all in the same place. There is one caveat, as stated in the GLUA resolution.
Yes.
It's to be used for the benefit of the health of Higgins Lake.
Okay.
Okay? So
Very
with
good.
that, I'm open for a photo op with whoever you want.
Treasurer Anderson.
Sit over there, Will.
You're looking for a photo op, Treasurer Anderson. Phil, thank you. I know that we appreciate your diligence in all of this,
Injured humor.
Other
the
thing
piece.
mention, I did check early on with the assistant manager of Huntington. And I was told that there was a 6-month period, unless stated on the check, good for only 90 days. The checks are usually good for 60 days. And yesterday I went back to Huntington and checked with the actual manager, and she confirmed 6 months is the waiting period.
Okay.
We've since passed the 6 months.
Oh,
So
okay.
Thank you.
it's all yours.
So you telling us it's no good or what? No,
6 months.
Be in the bank tomorrow.
all the way to $3.50. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Phil. Any other what comments or on now Zoom? Let's go Zoom because we're in the room. So Zoom, Miss Vicky, nothing? Okay. Commissioner Morley, come on now.
Didn't see her hiding back there. Intentional.
All right, well, just a quick update as I try to do for you guys on things that are going on with the county. So I'm going to start with a couple of the committees that I serve on, just some interesting information from the health department. The last report that we got from the director at this last meeting was on an item called, if I say this correctly, hopefully, kratom.
Kratom?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It is a tropical plant from Asia, and apparently it is now being sold as like a pain reliever, a mood enhancer, energy booster, and things that look like kids, little Pez dispensers and pills and stuff you can put in liquid. Apparently in a low dose, it's just a stimulant. But if it's a more of a dose, it acts as an opioid. And apparently there is no age like ID requirements, and the state does not regulate this. And they're like at party stores, convenience stores, and stuff like that. So anyway, it was interesting to know that that is out there. And she was just asking us to spread the word. So you kind of keep an eye. If you see kids using something that looks like that, it might be harmful. There was a presentation on, water quality and wells and stuff, which is definitely separate than what the foundation is doing, which I think is a fabulous step forward. So it's definitely different than what the health department does and how they do their stuff. So listen to Senator Slotkin does a thing for leaders in the counties to find out what's going on. Listen to that on cybersecurity. And apparently there's 2 new AI groups that have been kind of launched, not doing it on a normal launch where they go and get public feedback, or they're doing this on their own with private groups. One is like a chat GP.2, something like that. And there's another one with Microsoft. And so what they're finding is they're doing their data. There's a ton of loopholes. And she believes that this is incredibly vulnerable for all of us locally, within our country, and that there's not a lot of help. Apparently the state, if a township has problems with cybersecurities and things like that, they might send you a volunteer to help you. The feds have grants, but there's no money to be given to help you fix those problems. So that was her spiel. She's very disappointed that that is not a high priority on the federal level at this point, that she felt that's what should be being done. April 27th through the 29th, I did attend the Michigan Association of Counties legislative conference in Lansing. So tons of information. Obviously, the budget process is going on right now. It's went through the governor's done hers, the House done theirs, the Senate. So now they're in that negotiation phase of everything. So just as a tidbit, the 25-26 budget was $74 billion. This year, they're trying to up it to $82 billion. The House is saying we don't want any increases. The Senate says we want more. Don't know where that will land. As you all know, that is a battle every year. But property taxes, the biggest topics that they're in the packages that each side is trying to present are going to be around the property tax issues, roads and how that will be funded, housing, septic codes. They don't believe that's going to make it on a ballot this year. It will probably eventually, but they don't see that happening this year, according to what they were saying. Prosecutor pay versus, your defense attorneys who come in from the state that get paid more than our other groups, way more. So there's a huge disparity there, and they're trying to figure out a way to make that whole.
revenue sharing, not only for townships, but counties is a high priority. So there's a lot that they're going to be juggling and trying to make that whole and trying to get rid of stuff that they really don't need. They've closed a lot of offices and closed some employees who haven't been there for years and still get paid. So I think they're just trying to clean up, but there was a tremendous amount of information there. The county is obviously still focusing on lake levels, as no surprise to anybody. So I think what we're really going to focus on this year, we in our meeting this week, we'll hopefully will land on that. We need to make a decision soon about the health and what we're going to do for Higgins Lake and what we're moving forward on with the options that are presented to us. We hope that we can at least do that so that the lake level committees can have a purpose at what they're trying to do from that decision. That's what I'm thinking will happen on Wednesday. Can't guarantee it. I'm only one of 4 remaining commissioners. The other piece to that really is around our controller evaluation still needs to get completed. It's partway through. It has not been done, but if we don't give that person the goals at what we're working on, how do you have them work on the goals in their department? We don't even have our set goals yet either. So hopefully that'll be done. I believe right now the Higgins Lake issue, as well as a 3-year budget at least. We have been operating year to year. We don't do a 3 to 5 year projection out. And if you think about all the things that are coming down legislatively that would impact any of our revenue, if we're not prepared for that, then that shame on us. So I think we're going to try to push for that and work a little bit harder and spend more time this year before we even approve the next year's budget to start putting that together. That's my take. I'm not sure if that'll totally go or not, but that's it. Anything I can take back to our board this week from you guys?
How about a question?
I can do that.
Have you got prospects for a drain commissioner appointment?
Not yet.
Nothing?
Don't know yet.
Okay.
There's not, never mind.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need my narrative as
Well,
why this is a challenge.
And I think you and Supervisor Hill have had conversations regarding the drains here.
Mhm.
And I was the auditor for the county when
Mm-hmm.
those drains, at least 2 of them were done. I think 3 here in the township. I wasn't party to the drain when it was, but I was
Mhm.
part of the process of how to account for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that falls under the county drain commission, not the township.
It does.
It does.
And,
Yes.
and there's obviously some maintenance in it, it
Mhm.
came to light because of the flooding. It may not have, it could probably gone another 10 years without it, if we hadn't.
Not from what I've heard.
50-year
It's been
flood.
going on even before the
Possibly,
flood.
I guess I would have just encouraged
Mm-hmm.
get that on their list and, if there's other drains, and I know there are within the county, when that person comes on, I think they need to do an inventory of everything they got
Mm-hmm.
that's been done and then assess whether that, maybe assess is a bad word, but take into account, what.
I knew what you meant.
Well, assess is going to come because it
Yeah.
still gets paid for by those property owners. It's not going to magically get paid for by the township or the county.
Right.
But that maintenance gonna need to be addressed prospectively because you're gonna get more complaints.
Mhm.
And
That's a really good suggestion I'll bring back, especially to,
It's,
if I'm hearing you correctly, that whomever gets put into that role should go and do an inventory of everything that we have and where we're at.
Commission, they inventories their roads and then they
Mhm.
assess how this is gonna last, that pavement's gonna last 2 more years. We gotta consider,
Mhm.
do we recoat,
Right.
Reading
tar
program.
and chip it or whatever? And,
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that because this was in the infancy in terms of how many trains have been done, it's just been done and nobody thought about what's next.
Right.
It just got, the immediate issue got taken care of and it was done.
Right.
But it's never done once you create that drain. It's always got to be
Right.
maintained
And I think, thank you, Supervisor Hill, for working through this with me and our controller, past drain commissioners, and getting the facts together on what has happened, why did it happen, why did it not stay the way it was supposed to stay when people supposedly plugged these things. And yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of information that's being thrown out there. So at least
Yeah,
we
the
can get
last 10
something.
days I've been working with Kim, and you know, I call it more of discovery information
Mhm.
as to what was done prior to any of us being here, if you will, and getting an understanding of, you know, how it was done or the whys at the given time, type of thing. This had to do with Pine Bluffs,
Mhm.
obviously drain piece over there. And the fact that it, you know, it doesn't, some people don't feel it's working. Some people think it's clogged. Other
Mhm.
people want to draw conclusions that it's high water and back, you know, back into the drain itself, to where it's just not draining. Before that though, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to you, I did talk with the county controller, looking to find out who has information on the Kennedy drain.
Okay.
Kennedy drain down here, the Kennedy area kind of is, you know, got some issues down here.
Was that in any of the documents that she was able to find?
You know, I saw Johnston Haven #2, and I saw
Okay.
the Pine Bluffs.
Okay.
And she made those available. I was able to really look at a schematic to see what
Right.
it even looked like or where it was supposed to be laid or otherwise,
Okay.
which will help, I guess, moving forward on that. But the Kennedy drain, I don't know. That sure predates me, even predate me from being in the township. I have no idea how that got there. But if y'all leave here and you go that way and you take a look to the left, it has some kind of easement, obviously, through our property.
Okay.
And it is plumb chuck full, and it hasn't gone down, even though some of the other stuff here has gone down, but that has done nothing. And
Okay.
it's stagnant. And if you take a look, we used to have trails back through there, and there's some little bridges there, and they're right up to the top of that. And I can tell you, those literally had nothing in them for as many years as I can remember walking back in the woods. And it's plumb chuck full. And these people down here are trying to get somebody's attention. I think it might be a culvert. I don't know.
Okay.
That needs to be cleaned out. Road Commission, I guess, said they were going to look into it, but we're still waiting.
Is that for the Kennedy?
That's Kennedy drain for Kennedy.
The road commission may be willing to come look at that one?
I
Don't know.
listen, somebody, if you put a culvert under anything,
Yeah.
they're there to collect money for a permit. So I don't, you know,
It's only going to be if it's in there right away.
it's only going to be right.
If it's
And
not
maybe,
right-
and maybe not even then, because I really determine what do we pay the permit for? Just the right to put it in the road right away?
Mm.
And no, there's no, I guess on all these things, it boils down to nobody thinks of legacy pieces or thought of legacy costs of, you got to maintain these things, you know, animals dam these things up. They're good skunk homes. They're all of the above. And there's probably a ton of reasons why, other than, and I admit, I think you know, there's probably some folks that are probably filled in where they shouldn't have
Mhm.
over the years. Why? Because, hey, for 30 years, it never had any wetness whatsoever, like my basement, until this 50-year rain
Right.
we got on April 12th. So we just need to sort that out. And unfortunately, whoever's going to step into that role, I think they need to get an organized approach at that. And we've got some people that needs some attention,
Mhm.
not words.
Right.
Where do we go? What do we do? I talked to a fellow down here who said, hey, listen, can we pay to have it cleaned out, the
Right,
culvert
right.
or whatever? Well, I can't dare tell him to go do that. I said, hey, contact the road commission, see if they'll let you do it.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Right.
Like I said, this is all brand new to me, but my only participation in this, because is just trying to facilitate, trying to get, what can we do instead of everybody telling me what we can't do?
Mhm.
Can we do to alleviate something? So that's where I'm at. Jim, I hadn't seen you to tell you, I spent most last several days.
I knew you had.
I'm up to my
had
ears in
some
drain.
conversation,
And they're not my
But
job.
I just wanted, you know,
So thanks.
I can
Yeah.
tell you that
Yeah.
the people,
Yeah.
will end up paying for it because it'll be
Oh, yeah.
assessed to them. But the
Yep.
problem is we need to get somebody on it. And
Get somebody on it.
It does come from the Drain Commission.
Yeah. I will also bring this up if we have 3 meetings tomorrow. So, I'm sure it'll either not, if it doesn't come up, then I'll put that in my board comments as well as like, what do we know about a drain commissioner? Do we have anybody potentially interested
Has
at this
anybody
point?
even applied?
Yeah. Don't know. I don't know the
Because
answer.
it's an election. I do know you have to be, now you have to appoint the
We would have to appoint for now.
prosecutor and somebody else, I
Yeah.
think has to appoint
I think the prosecutor and the main judge, Bennett.
Bennett.
I think those two get together and then
To fulfill the term.
they'll take all the applications and then they pick and they'll fulfill it. So,
I hope there's all those applications together.
yeah, I'm sure they're flooding in, no pun intended. Let me just recap. You definitely want to check on this Kennedy drain. That's something we couldn't find today when you were meeting with the controller. Not sure
No,
what
and
that's.
Jody, I talked to her probably 10 days ago and she was going to try and do some research
Okay.
on trying to find in there. If it's as old as I think it is, it probably was the all wet down in the bottom of the courthouse years and years ago. Maybe it went out. I don't know. I don't know who put it there. I don't know what its purpose was.
Right.
And
If you know the engineer, they're more likely to have that information still.
if you knew which engineer.
If you
it
knew.
is.
The
right.
engineer
Yeah.
that they were using.
I'll follow up on that to continue to see and dig what she's looking for, just to keep it. I have told Supervisor Hill that I will try to own collecting as much of the facts so that we don't have 3 of us telling somebody.
That's what we're trying to do is
Something.
collaborate an effort
Thank
here
you.
as to discovery on our own of what and where, if you will.
Just to try to put it together. I just think that's where some of the message gets lost. If
Yeah, I
the
can't-
controller says something to somebody,
See it.
you say something, I say something, it may not be the same. Get the facts, get it all to this person and give them what the actions can be. What can we do
Yes.
with that? So, I've started drafting some stuff already to kind of pull that together for him, but as long as we can collaborate,
Yeah.
we're still on it. We'll work on it. Just came to our attention. Actually showed up at my office the day I got your email. Have you read it? I'm like, I have it. I just haven't read it quite
Well,
the
I am
second.
persistent, so
It's all good. No,
Not the heap.
that will just not work with me, will it? Just kidding. It's all good.
Not the heap on anymore, but
Yeah, but- yeah.
I am a little concerned. And it's really because this millage that's going to come up for the roads. I think a lot of people may not truly understand the importance of this. And the concern I have is that the road commission, it's viewed as their millage, but it's technically a county millage. And I think that there needs to be a coordinated effort between the county, the road commission, and the townships to make sure proper information gets put out there. And
Okay.
the example I'll give you is the 2 projects we approved today.
Mm-hmm.
Those projects were $141,000 and $216,000. Of that, just under $200,000 of that is coming out of our millage money for this year.
Mhm.
That's what we derive out of that. So that the township's budget only had to pay the 1,800 and 1,100, about $3,000. If that millage doesn't pass, it will mean, because the road commissions are restricted on how much they can put into
Mhm.
local roads, they have to have a match.
Yeah, they did
And
a
in the
huge
old
presentation to us on that
Well,
formula.
Before this millage was here, they would come to the township board, and if the township board couldn't ante up on them,
Mhm.
they'd either scale it down or they'd pass. They'd go to the next township that either has a millage or has extra money.
Okay.
So little townships like Sable, Nestor, Lake, they'll be dead in the water. They just won't have any money to
Mhm.
do that. Most of them don't. Some of the other townships might have a road millage of their own, but it passed narrowly the last time. I think it was like 1 vote. If
Okay.
you remember, there was a recount on it.
Okay.
And I think it's important that the information get out there. And I'm concerned that the road commission thinks they need to do this, and they're not equipped to do that sort of thing. They don't,
Okay.
they're not.
Has this because I haven't seen it come before the county to approve to go on a millage.
I was told it's going to be on the August ballot, but I don't know if that's a fact.
That is it your local ballot? Like
This
just
is the county, this is
No,
countywide.
because it hasn't come before us to get approval to go on
Well,
at
this
all
is my
yet.
concern is that
Yeah.
somebody's,
Okay,
this is actually a county millage, not, it's, it's called a road millage.
Right.
But it's actually a county millage. And I'm just concerned that somebody needs to make sure.
okay. Good point.
And then also get the information out to the people. I'm not saying go out and twist arms and get people to vote,
Understand.
vote for it, but I think getting proper information out there so it's an informed vote because this is a renewal. It's not a new millage.
Right.
This is just a renewal. And without it, you're going to be running over potholes on your streets.
Well, I can check on that
Have trouble.
for sure, because it, like I said, it hasn't even
It's
come from a work session to say, here's our presentation. We wanted to go as a millage. Would you put it on as a millage? So it hasn't even shown up.
Well, when Graham or
I think it needs some discovery.
I think so too.
when Whitmore said she was going to fix the roads and they put all this money towards
Mhm.
the roads, that was only for primary roads. It wasn't for local roads. None of that money
No.
went to local roads. None of it. So
So let me also just, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go
yeah,
ahead.
you're fine.
One of the things we need to be very cognizant of, there is a strong chance that there will be legislation passed that will limit when you can do millages.
Yeah.
It's going to put it in November where everybody votes, not in a special election, and they will limit the number you can put on a ballot, which will be significantly difficult when you have infrastructure needs, 911, road patrol, all these things that are not just, hey, we'd love it. They're critical. And if they don't get on a ballot, they will run out of that millage if that passes. So I think that's why this 3-year plan has got to be in place. Because if we think that might be happening, and if it passes, how do we coordinate for all the people who need to be approved to get on? I mean, it's not going to be easy. So I want to prepare now in case that gets passed in the next year.
Absolutely.
So I will follow up on the road millage and check on that at
Thank
this meeting on Wednesday. I will also continue to work with Supervisor Hill to help on that
Okay.
Pine Bluffs and figure out the Kennedy drain.
I appreciate that.
You bet.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thanks, Kim.
Anybody else? Comments in the public? Nothing there. Zoom? Nothing there. It's good to see lots of your faces back. They're all tanner than mine, but I'm happy for you. Okay, I guess Mary Jo, final board comment.
I
Nothing?
think the Act Now cleanup is coming up. Right? Road cleanup Thursday, this Thursday. If anybody
Pick
wants
patrol.
to run the
Wants
roads,
to join them? Mhm.
That's gonna wait till our next cleanup.
Yeah, I think that's wise. Yeah. Okay. Michelle, you got final? Jim Osling.
The only thing was maybe the compost, a little update on the compost site. Last week had our contractor finally here to, grind the brush, tremendous amount of brush. The pile just about doubled, frankly, for the storm damage that came in. And so we've had to work with him to try to figure out how, we make that all happen. And I think we've got a plan to deal with the compost site for the rest of this summer and then on into the fall. So, but it's a challenge with this last storm we had out there and dealing with our contractor who's had some issues as well. So, and I think that's about it.
And we're working, I'm still trying to get an appointment with Vanessa for EMD to take a
Yeah.
peek at the paperwork that I have now, for the state of emergency to make sure, I don't want anybody saying in the nth hour we're missing, form number 232-R or anything, so.
Yeah, we get a pretty good handle on what was
Yeah, we know.
contributed to the storm damage. Get a pretty good idea what that was. So we get pretty good numbers. So
Appreciate that. Jim?
Marina's getting ready to roll and got their petty cash set up and we this year billed all the annual billings last September and
Yep.
collected. We were literally down to just a couple that had not paid. So that seemed to have worked out pretty well. We didn't have to have any extra help in here to do it, and went fairly smoothly. The PayPal credit card machines are now in the police department and the building department. I know the building department's been using it quite a bit since we established that. And I'm meeting with Health and Higgins Lake representative on Monday to help them get the donate button set up for that website. So that should be up and running.
The only thing I have, and it's really not an announcement, but I do want to make sure that we get this in. Board, if you can check your calendars, we need to set 2 meeting dates that to review PD, fire, and EMS. Their budget cycles are a little different than ours. So we need a June, and it's usually a mid-June date to meet with our.
Is the hearing date that we had last year. We did
It was
with
last year.
August, yeah.
So
I thought we
middle
did it
of
with
August.
September.
Yeah, well, we have to do it, so we
With the
do our
meeting.
action
Mhm.
in September.
Mhm.
So take your calendars out, and when chiefs also, when we might be able to meet in June.
This is an evening meeting?
Is that,
Mm,
no, it doesn't, the budget meeting, we
The
can do one,
meetings, yeah.
we do one in June during the day and one at August at
the
night.
hearings are at night.
Last year we did June 16th at 1.
What time?
1 PM last year, June 16th was.
That's a Tuesday this year. Y'all interested?
Is that?
You
That
did what
won't
to
work.
who?
So that won't work.
Okay, can we do it?
Morning?
Can we do Monday the 15th? At 1:00? Yes, no, board?
By me.
June 15th, 1 PM. Okay, so Chief, you'll have to have your first budgets ready to go by then so that we can sit down and we'll all parse it out together.
God, I see.
In August, Michelle said we did it August 12th last time. That was a Wednesday, no, that was a
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
The
We
hearing,
have a regular board meeting that
and
night.
do it the night of
Yeah.
regular board meeting. Hearings.
What's that?
Public hearings have to be in a special meeting or a regular meeting.
What's your pleasure, board?
Didn't we do it like how, or no, is that budget?
That's an evening.
Right, we did it the first hour ahead of our.
No, we do that with the
Budget.
regular budget general appropriations. We usually give this one its own public hearing, not attached to a regular board meeting. So it's a special, is what we've done in the past. So,
Couldn't tell you what I'm doing in August.
huh,
Can't tell you.
It was really, no, but we gotta
Pick a day.
pick a day.
pick a day, that's all. Just pick a day. You want to do it week before the regular meeting? On the 4th? Well, that's an election day. No, can't get anywhere near that.
Goodness sakes, no.
No,
Or
okay.
9 days before it,
Yeah.
because there'll be early voting with these next two.
How about the 13th of August? It's a Thursday.
During the day.
No, at night.
I got a planning commission, looks like on here.
You
If
do?
that turns out to be the day there.
Yeah, you're right. Thursday, second, that's the second Thursday. Lord have mercy. Well, I didn't want to do 2 meetings. I didn't want to do it back to back, the 11th and the 10th, but how about the 10th on a Monday in the evening? Is that a,
Well, I know I'll be here.
It's okay by me.
August 10th at 6:00? Or that
Higgins-
will be the public hearing there for the police, fire, EMS. Everybody good with that?
So we only had one,
Yep.
one time to meet before the hearing.
No, we have 2,
I
June
missed the
15th,
second one.
June 15th at 1:00.
Yep.
And then August 10th at 6 PM. That'll be the 2.
Oh, no, I meant okay. never
And then in
mind.
September, off the tail of that meeting,
The regular
the
meeting.
results.
Yep.
It's done at the regular meeting in
Yeah.
which we address
Yeah.
the actual special assessed fund, if you will. Okay? All right.
You're gonna send an
I
invitation.
still
thing
think we
to
did
them.
it all
I
in
will.
one meeting.
You still think who?
I still think we did it on the night of a regular meeting, the hearings, but I don't know.
We
I
did,
did look at the
we
date.
do our regular ones that way, but I
don't
mean,
know.
the only other thing you can do is do it at 6 o'clock on the
I think that's
regular
what we
meeting,
did.
7 o'clock. I'm not opposed to it if you guys want to do
We
it? You
did,
want to back it up?
Yeah, I'd
All right.
rather.
Yeah,
August 11th then at 6 PM.
yeah.
And then we'll have a regular meeting
Yeah.
August 11th at 7.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you.
sounds good. I will send you all invites. It's on your calendar. I don't have anything,
What do you accept?
I don't have anything else. And so I would entertain a motion at 8.
I got
Oops,
one thing, I'm sorry.
you had your turn.
I don't think we gave enough appreciation to our marina crew who filled their waders up with water and had to wear wetsuits and did all the extra they did to be able to get the marina on schedule to open. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of them.
Our subcontractors.
Our subcontractors bailed and
There you go.
refused to do the work, but our, well, they did.
Just-
Put it on
Couldn't
pause.
In the time.
Yeah.
It sounded like the time frame that.
Well, the water
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
They did what they could and then it was on pause and his crew stepped in and got the job done. So thank you to all of them. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, very good. I will entertain a motion to adjourn the board at 20:11 or 8:11, excuse me.
So move.
Move Treasurer Anderson. Support. Support. Trustee Osling. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed the same. Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you all for attending tonight.